man you came to see? Listen guys, this guy is fantastic. He's been working really hard. I'm sure you all know him. He's got a brilliant audience today. Thanks everybody for coming to see him. This guy's been working so hard. He's got a podcast, he's a comedian, he's an actor, he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy, he really is. So guys, please, put your hands together, make the most of it a noise for Sylas Szabolcs!
First and foremost, let's give a warm round of applause to Mikey Motion, our brilliant host. Alrighty. Then where's Laura? Give it up to Laura. Very good friend of mine. Laura next month actually has a gig where she will be sharing the stage with Mark Nelson and Frankie Boyle. Oh yeah. But tonight, you're stuck with me. So we'll see what happens. Thank you. Encouragement, thank you. Yes, my name is Sylas Szabolcs, for those that don't know. Well, I do have the fashion sense of a Miami drug dealer in witness protection. And I'm originally born and raised in Transylvania, Romania. But I don't sound like someone from Transylvania, Romania, which is, not gonna lie, it's weird for me too. Okay, I sound like someone who learned English off the telly while he was getting battered with the remote controller. So, yeah, a bit weird that. Literally in one sentence, I would go from like, by order of the PK, fucking blinders. Do you know what I mean, pal? So I'm basically remixing your beautiful language at this point. But as I like to mention always, I'm originally from Transylvania, Romania. And I like to say it that way, okay? I always say Transylvania, Romania. The reason for that is, even though Transylvania is in Romania, those two places get very different reactions. Like, as we all know, people make Glasgow, specifically taxi drivers make Glasgow. And if I take a taxi, I am guaranteed this conversation. It goes something like this. You're going to hear this a lot, my friend. It's going to go like, excuse me, pal. I'm detecting a wee bit of an accent there. Where do you from? Which with subtitles means, excuse me, my friend, I'm hearing an accent. Where you from? Option A, Transylvania. Oh, that's Dracula country, isn't it? His eyes light up. I now know that he's about to hit me with some top-notch, grade A Angus beef level of dad jokes, okay? He's gonna bring out the big guns. Oh, show me your teeth. Don't bite my neck. Can you count to 3, eh? That is the ride home. Fuck me. I've been here for 9 years, my friend. I have heard every single Dracula joke, okay? If you think I haven't heard yours, you can tell it to me after the show, but you're on thin fucking ice. I can tell you that much. Now, same conversation. Excuse me, pal, detecting a wee bit of an accent there. Where do you from? Option B, Romania. There's a bit of a silence. My newfound best friend doesn't say the first 3, 4 things that pop into his head, you know. Romanian rescue dogs, Romanian orphans, their fucking documentary with the homeless gang living in the sewers in Bucharest. But after about 10 to 15 seconds, he's found the perfect icebreaker. Your English is pretty good, Paul. If I'm lucky, I get something about the cheeky girls who have no idea who they are. Or I might get a tune. I might get the Maya. It's a fucking banger, by the way. Those were my high school years, okay? My personal favorite, one taxi driver again. Where you from? Romania, 10, 15 seconds. The guy just goes, well, we're all people. At the end of the day. Yeah, it's a bit funny being from Romania, especially in the UK though, I'm not gonna lie. Because like, you see, inside Romania, we're incredibly diverse. You know, there's a bit of rivalry. We are Romanians, Hungarians, Romani, Saxons, Turks, Jews, Mongolians. Outside of Romania, we're all gypsies, so that's an experience. Which does bring me to a little thing I want to get off my chest. Where's the camera? This one's going straight to the lens. Nigel Farage can suck my dick. Okay, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart to the base of my nuts. This prick! Oh, he got Brexit done. Good for him. I'm staying. This prick went on national radio and said that any reasonable person would be fully justified to feel concerned if suddenly, and I repeat, suddenly, some Romanian people moved in next door. Oh. Well, first off, suddenly? What is this, Sex and the City? And just like that, some Romanian people moved in next door. Samantha's already blown 2 of them. Secondly, Mr. Farage, we could talk about how the media has treated Romanian people. We could talk about that. But we can also talk about the fact that on his best fucking day, wearing his Sunday's motherfucking best, Nigel Farage looks like cut off foreskin after a circumcision. What did he do after Brexit? He fucked off to his cave to guard his fucking ring, this Gollum-looking motherfucker. Yeah, thank you. And I know it's not nice to make fun of people for how they look, okay. We learned that at the Oscars. But, this man talks a lot of shit. For someone, he looks like he opened the Ark of the Covenant in Indiana Jones, started melting and closed it back again, okay? But what I hate, there's one thing I do hate. The man's got a point. He does. Western Europe and Eastern Europe are fundamentally different worlds. Western Europe is civilized, darling. It's got culture. Oxford, Cambridge, Led Zeppelin, the Rolling Stones, the Beatles. But Eastern Europe, you've seen the movies. We're basically a bunch of fucking savages, you know? I mean, we probably drink vodka. We occasionally slap our wives. It's the wild, wild East out there. This is how fundamentally different we really are. In Romania, politicians give national contracts worth hundreds of thousands of pounds to their mates. You don't see that in His Royal Majesty's United Kingdom. Politicians in Romania have multiple houses, some of them on tropical islands. Fuck knows where they got the money from. Not here though. And don't even get me started on the hijinks, the absolute fucking hijinks these mad lad Romanian politicians got up to during the lockdown. Not here though. Here, we were in it together. Except that one time they had a fucking wine fridge at number 10. Remember that? Because I do, and I'm still annoyed about it. Obviously. But okay, there are some differences. Okay, kidding aside, there are some historical differences between Britain and Romania. For instance, off the top of my head, in the past 500-600 years, no one's ever looked into a telescope and said, oh, the Romanians are coming, the Romanians are coming. I think the best we probably ever got was like something like, fuck is that? There are also some differences, again, historically speaking, between the phrases and sayings that we use. Like, for instance, in the past 500-600 years, no Romanian has ever used the phrase, "Get on the fucking ship!" No. We probably would have. Like, we're not better than you. We did what we could, and we really tried, okay? We just never got around to it. We were too busy getting absolutely shafted by the Russians, déjà vu, the Turks, the Mongolians. The fucking Mongolians had a go at Romania, okay? Like, say what you want about the communists, at least they had a 5-year plan. Where the fuck is Mongolia? On a map! Like, you can't find it. Also, since I'm on the topic of people that can find a fucking house fire to die in, fuck Andrew Tate. First of all, he's from here, so technically y'all made him, but somehow he's still our problem. Okay. Like, come on, UK, be a good NATO ally. Take out your own trash. Thank you. But I do find it deliciously ironic, right, that these, you know, alpha, macho, top G, straight men are willing. It's not going where you think it's going, mate. Wait for the punchline. I just find it ironic that these men are willing to turn a little bit gay if the money is right. Because, hang on. Andrew Tate is on the record that he made most of his money in, like, chat rooms. But on occasion, he would jump in and take over from these girls. Because top G, macho, alpha, straight Andrew Tate felt that he could offer better value for money for horny men on the internet. I think the question isn't, what color is your Bugatti? It's more, why does it smell like dick, Andrew? I'm going to tell you a quick story. This is still relating to me moving to the UK. It was back in 2013, right? I was 19 years old, fresh out of high school, and I decided to move to Glasgow. Now, I did the reasonable thing. I Googled, is Glasgow dangerous? Done that, my friend. See what happens. First thing that came up was the Glasgow knife crime map. Zoinks. Now, I was optimistic. You know, people live there. How bad can it be? I'll go. But this was on the first page. Top of the first page. I didn't have to scroll past all the horny singles in my area. There was no, did you mean is Glasgow a thriving modern metropolis? Nah. Top of the first page. Either Glasgow had a little reputation problem, which, take it from a Romanian, it fucking happens. Or whoever made this map had a raging hard-on for search engine optimization. Like, their algorithms, mwah. Click on it, gets worse. It's a map of Glasgow with pins sticking out where people got stabbed. Ironic, but okay. Click around, the third one I clicked on just said, Romanian immigrant stabbed. In unprovoked attack. Apparently, it was a mugging gone wrong. I got a couple of problems with that. First of all, a fucking mugging. Like, okay, I get it, after Brexit, British crime for British people, I get it. A mugging is a Romanian's gig, okay? It's an honest Romanian crime for an honest Romanian criminal. Who's taking whose jobs over here, huh? Secondly, if word gets out that we can get mugged, I'm fucked. The one thing I had going for me, the one thing was if somebody came up to me and said, "Oi, you, geez your wallet." There was a chance that I could get away with, well, actually, no. You give me your wallet. But not anymore, because now everybody fucking knows. And finally, I gotta ask this question. Romanian immigrant stabbed in unprovoked attack. What the fuck is a provoked stabbing? I know we're in Glasgow, but unless you're like Jackass 5, death by knife, ooh, let's find out if I can die from a stab wound. What is a provoked stabbing? Like, I've had some, heated debates, some arguments in my life. I've been in some fisticuffs, okay, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, I'm no Conor McGregor, all right? I've yet to punch a pensioner. Have had some near misses. You'd be surprised how far people can duck in a wheelchair. It's all I'm saying. But again, through my illustrious academic career, I've never in my life thought to myself, you know what would really improve on this communication right here? You know what would really help me enlighten this motherfucker? Just drive some points across. A knife. And that is why the earth is not fucking flat. But what about 5G though? Ah! Like, just imagine that episode of Law and Order, right? Police captain, press statement, the guy comes out. The victim stabbed repeatedly in the chest, the sharp metal instrument. However, upon further inspection, our officers have concluded that the cunt deserved it. Tum-tum, next episode. But the UK has been amazing to me. I'm not gonna complain about it. It's been brilliant. The only thing I can probably complain about's got to do with the fact that I'm single. Now, I'm not complaining about being single, okay? I can do single. But I'm single in this economy. With these prices. With this fucking inflation, man. Like, it is hard out there for a pimp. You get me? Like, I cycle, okay? I look at dates in the city center like, can I just rock up on my bicycle and park around the corner and just pretend I got out of a taxi like a civilized person? Like, I've been practicing in front of a mirror, right? This is my line that I've been working on. Can I make, so you fancy a backy back to my place? Sound romantic? It doesn't. Just sounds like Netflix did a Scottish true crime documentary. With their cyclist psychopath putting the brakes on young love on the streets of Glasgow. That's not getting a second season. Like, long distance relationships? Get the fuck out of here. I've got the dating range of Deliveroo. I'll take it. If they can't get to you from my neighborhood, I'm sorry. Right? More than 3 miles, not meant to be. I wish we had more in common. Like a postcode or something. And if I do show up at the right place at the right time, I expect a tip. Help a brother out or something. I'm literally taking dating advice from Greenpeace. Buy local. Preferably free range, whatever the fuck that means. And if we do make it to like dinner back at my place, you can bet your red knickers it's gonna be by candlelight. I'm not turning the big light on, you fucking mad? There's gonna be plastic rose petals on the floor, you know? Plastic so I can reuse them. We both tiptoeing around in the dark like Jack Sparrow, like, ow, ow, ow. Who the fuck put bits of plastic everywhere? And then, you know, they hit you with the dreaded curveball question. So, what are we having for dinner tonight? Whatever's on sale in Aldi's. That's what we're having. A Tesco meal deal extravaganza. A Sainsbury's special. A Farm Foods fish fingers feast. Multi-pack. That's what we're having. And if I like you, I mean like you from the bottom of my heart, I would draw a heart in some neeps and tatties from the co-op. But that's anniversary dinner right here. Like. Oh, and Netflix and chill, it's $15.99 a month. A month. How about I read your story? What happened to sexy charades, board games and chill? How about we magic the gather these nuts? And I say, you know, let's play Monopoly, but I don't want to be reminded that I'm fucking poor. Oh, and safe sex with the price of condoms these days? Forget about pandemic babies. There's going to be some recession babies. And their names are going to be depressing as fuck. Just say hello to little corporate downsizing and his baby sister. Card declined, please try again. Like, I'm looking at the expiration dates on my condoms like, I can probably stick that in the freezer. There's gonna be people out there having some disappointing sex, just offbeat, like a horny salmon, just slapping against the waves. And they're gonna be thinking to themselves, I defrosted my condoms for this! For this! Now, some of you are already, you know, coming up with solutions. You're like, Sylas, you're being an idiot. You can get free condoms from the NHS. Come on. And true. Who's using them, huh? People want that branded dick, eh? Nobody wants Poundland's in-house off-brand penis. People want those Balenciagas, you know? Those just do it pricks. The hashtag, you're worth it, dick. You know? The good stuff. But, you know, it's not all bad news. Like, ladies, we're into foreplay now. Enjoy it while it lasts. That's what he said. Oh, it is grim. We are fucking on the budget. You gotta save up for third base. But, again, another piece of good news. If you're at my income bracket, right now, 24/7, if you get laid, counts as a threesome. Want to know why? Because in this period, in this economic quarter, the working class 24/7 is getting fucked. Yeah. But it's quite ironic that once again, capitalism achieves what the good Lord just couldn't get done. Because the church never got me into abstinence. The economy will. Right, we're about to execute what's known in the business as a smooth transition. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the fucking war. Hey, the one Ukrainian guy. Yes. If you don't laugh, nobody else will, so you're my crowd for this one. Here's the thing, we're all watching this like a couple of actors on the second season of a Netflix series. We don't know if there's gonna be another one. Like, this could end on a cliffhanger, folks. That's the truth. And again, I'm from Romania. Anytime Russia starts swinging his big dick around, we get a little worried. Because historically speaking, we know we're gonna have to choke on that at some point. Like, if you're from Eastern Europe, on any given day, there's a more than zero chance of a big fat Russian dick right in your face. 10% rain, 10% Russian dick. That's life. But the good news is, folks, you're safe, okay? I want you to know the UK is safe. My people, the Romanians, we're on the case. We've been preparing for this. Oh, we've been practicing our harashos. We've been memorizing the lyrics to the old Soviet anthem. And the brave amongst us have even joined the local male choir. Sajos nerushimi republik. That's what they call generational trauma these days. But the one thing that has been fascinating for me to watch from here has been the shift. Because out of nowhere, people gave a fuck about Eastern Europe. And it was glorious. Like, in 2 weeks, went from zero to hero. The month of March, the amount of pity pussy we got. It was support the troops, suck a dick for democracy. Look at him nodding. He knows. He wasn't on the action. After that, we got dropped quicker than a post-pandemic gym membership. But that 1 month, so people became experts suddenly. You know, like everyone got their diplomas in foreign relations from their favorite fitness model on Instagram. Suddenly people could pronounce shit. My God. Zelensky, Mariupol, Donetsk, Lugansk. People were correcting spelling. It's not key with an E, it's key with a Y. Get it right. I've been here for 9 years. I still got called sandwich from time to time. Okay? My Christmas cards are spelt with the enthusiasm of a trainee Starbucks barista. I do have one of those names that if you say it 5 times real quick, a black goat will appear in your kitchen. But now, I got people telling me about the geopolitical significance of the Ukrainian soil. I remember a time when the only Eastern European name British people could pronounce properly was Vlad the Impaler. And half of that is she and fuck off. But, you know, like, let's be honest. Before all this kicked off, some of you, the only interaction you had with a genuine Ukrainian was on OnlyFans. It's true. And I've got a feeling you weren't concerned about the natural resources of Crimea, okay? The only pipeline that you cared about was in your pants. And ironically, that pipeline also prematurely exploded. So, may have been Russian sabotage, we'll never know. But again, it's not all bad news. Like, I'm also an actor, and before the war, I used to see a lot of generic castings. Things like Eastern European war criminal, and Eastern European pimp, and Eastern European prostitute. Since the war, I'm seeing such new things as friendly Eastern European war criminal, emotionally complex Eastern European pimp, Eastern European prostitute still alive in the 2nd episode. Oh, we're making those big bucks now, man. Not a word of a lie, one of my latest auditions was Eastern European pedophile. I didn't get it, but that's a compliment, really. But the greatest shift happened in the media, though. Like, that was glorious. Because in 2022, Eastern Europeans are just like you. They're civilized. They got Instagram. God damn it, they are Europeans. Back in 2014, same media was at Luton Airport spotting Romanians like a nature documentary. I was watching it because I was already here, so let me see what my people say. And they were asking things like, hi, sorry, you coming here then? Why? Follow-up question, is there going to be more of you? Like, they were acting like we were coming here organized, you know, like we had a plan. There was a meeting, whiteboard, office, some guy just going, right, this is your target, the job center in Slough. We have booked 5 appointments between 12 and 1. Do not be late, they take it very seriously. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to infiltrate this building and get job seekers allowance. And again, I come back to the media, but like, the way they present East Europeans can be boiled down to a simple thing. What do we sound like? What do Eastern Europeans actually sound like? Because like, if you're, you know, London is known on a global stage. Hello mate, how's it going? Fucking smashing in it. We all know that. You go a little bit east, and it's, I'm very sorry, I didn't mean to cheat on you, I slept, I fell into the pussy, it happens. You go a bit south, and it's Antonio Banderas, and he wants to tell you that you are beautiful. You go east again, it's, hey, come on, don't make it a joke, have some respect, huh? You go up north, everybody sounds serious, yeah? We don't play games here, yeah? Then you go past Austria, you get to Hungary, Slovakia, Slovenia, Bosnia, Albania, fucking Bulgaria, Albania probably skipped one, Romania, Ukraine, Moldova, Russia, Belarus, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, and we all sound like this. Hello, my friend, do you want to buy CD player? It is brand new. I stole it myself yesterday, please. But it's not really your fault. You know what? I'm gonna put my hand up. It's not really your fault, okay? I mean, yeah, you got Netflix. You could watch an Eastern European movie, all right? No one's ever OD'd on subtitles. I've yet to hear on the streets of Glasgow, help, call an ambulance. He's been reading. But that part of the world was physically isolated for 50 years. My dad went to prison for 9 months when he was 18, just because they caught him trying to leave the country. And he went to communist Romanian prison. So you know, it is not your virginity, it is our virginity. Obviously, Russia is still getting sanctioned to fuck, which has been interesting to watch because they replied with the only strategy they know, which was, you take my McDonald's, I take your guest. Nobody eat burger, eh? But I'm curious, like I'm genuinely curious about this. Will we go far enough? Will we take the final step? Will we start banning Russian strippers? Because that would be the definition of patriotic sacrifice. Just a couple of lads staring at an empty pole, trying to get hard done while they're singing memories. Just the prime minister just rushing, you know, running to the nearest phone to call any South American president. Like, when I wrote this, I wrote it with fucking Boris Johnson in mind, because that was 2 prime ministers ago. But luckily, they all sound like they're a little bit better than you in a psychopathic way. So, also, fun fact, Boris Johnson has enough bastards to reboot Game of Thrones. Anyway, impression time. British Prime Minister on the phone to any South American president to deal with the Russian stripper crisis. Hello, Poppy Poppy. How are your reserves of Latina booty? We'd require significant shipments. Also, Poppy Poppy, since we're on the phone and everything, do you happen to have any spare gas lying about? But there is one thing about this war that just, it really rubs me the wrong way, besides all the death and suffering, obviously. which is Uncle Vlad has told the world they had to invade Ukraine because there are Nazis in Ukraine. To be fair to the guy, there are some. I've seen the pictures. On the other hand, fucking duh, it's Europe. We all have Nazis. He's not liberating Uganda, for fuck's sake. That would have been original. Listen, we've all had that conversation that went on a little bit too long in a pub or anywhere, and they start explaining to you how the world really works, who really runs the banks. Something, something, quote by Kanye West. And if you're lucky, it's some random in a pub. And if you're not, it's your grandma with the overactive Facebook account, But here's the thing that rubs me the wrong way. There are statistically more Nazis in Ukraine than there were weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. Oops. Now listen, if I forget to type in no egg in a vegan stir fry, my manager has a word with me. But if I overthrow the entire Iraqi government, destabilize the Middle East, they kill, I don't know, about a couple of million people, I get away with collateral damage. You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Yeah. Anyway, let's pull out quicker than the Americans did. Moving on. You can probably tell I'm quite emotional today. I mean, it's my first, big show and everything. But also today, 28th of January, 2023, I finally finished my last lockdown toilet roll, which, and that's from the first lockdown, by the way, because I'm a gangster. I roll hard and wipe soft. But we all learned some lessons during the pandemic, didn't we? Like, I, for instance, found out that I did have a favorite grandma. Not anymore, but... Aww. It's my grandma, fuck off. But the hilarious thing was really finding out how much you cared about different relatives based on how you reacted when they got COVID. Because there was a hierarchy. I mean, we didn't tell him, but we knew. Like, my dad got it, right? And he's in his 50s, lives in Romania, and the diet of a 50-year-old Romanian man can only be described as body positive. So, So I was on the phone like, Dad, take vitamin D. Don't take vitamin D. Stay inside. Go get some air. I just stay the fuck alive, please. And then my aunt got it, and I thought about it. Death is a part of life. So, well, that week's episode of Tiger King, mwah. Yeah. The other thing I was gonna talk about is the fact that I don't think we realize how lucky we all were during this period. Have you actually thought about how fortunate we were? Because throughout the entire pandemic, we had millionaire celebrities telling us exactly what we were doing wrong. Like Jennifer Aniston came out with a quote that said she has decided to cut out all unvaccinated people from her life. Now, love friends, got 3 doses. But goddammit, it must be glorious, Jennifer, not to have any people that you genuinely care about in your life. Because the people I loved during COVID pissed me the fuck off. Like, I've been in the flat for months. No, uncle, I don't want to watch a YouTube video called The Truth Unmasked. Like, let me tell you what I'm working with here. This was a couple months ago. True fucking story. Get a message from my aunt. No context, no conversation. It's an article. I click on it. Russia says in case of World War III, they're gonna nuke the UK first. So I reply with a somewhat passive-aggressive, don't worry about it. She replies, I'm not. What the fuck is the point of this conversation? Are you threatening me? Did my mom say, you tell that boy if he doesn't call in the next 2 days, we're sending nukes? But then I thought about it. I really thought about what Jennifer Aniston said, and it hit me. You know who she's talking about, right? She's talking about Joey and Phoebe. Oh, yeah. Because, let's look at this logically a little bit. Dr. Ross Geller, paleontologist, got the vaccine. Monica got the vaccine. Chandler might have read a couple of Reddit pages, but Monica's got the vaccine, Chandler's getting the vaccine. Joey. Joey? Monday, 1 day, Tuesday, 2 day, third day, Thursday, the third day. Speaks French like blah, 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 blah. That Joey? You think he got more educated in his 50s? I don't know how to tell you this. Joey Tribbiani probably voted for Donald Trump. He was storming the Capitol, let's be honest. And come on, and Phoebe? She's either, curing someone's COVID with turmeric or cleansing someone's aura, or she's busking on the street singing, smelly cat, what's in the vaccine? But there was one good thing about the pandemic, which was it gave us a lot of free time to be with ourselves, to soul search, self-care, violently masturbate, whatever you're into. Now, in this intensive session of self-healing, I noticed something. So I got to put this question to you tonight. Who the fuck is trying to shag their stepmom? Because based on the economic principle of supply and demand, it's fucking one of yous. You can't have a quick self-esteem without someone being related to someone. Stepmom, stepdad, stepbro, stepsis, cousin, uncle, granddad, grandma? But they're not really related. That's the whole point. Fuck off. Freud is jizzing in his grave. Listen, I remember the classics, okay? Pizza delivery guy. Plumber. Police interrogation room. Oh, kinky, handcuffs. It's put me off ranking. You know how much mental effort it requires to ignore all of the backstory and world building that goes into a video of two people having sex just so I don't have to spit on myself every time I look in the mirror? I'm watching these videos with prick in one hand and Bible in the other, not today, Satan! Help me, Jesus! Help me now! But I did a little bit of research. I went deep. I found out the true story of your porn dad and your stepmom. Yeah. Word of warning, we're going dark in about 30 seconds. You see, it all started back in 2008. Your porn dad, started a new business, miscalculated, was in debt to the wrong kind of crowd. He owned a couple of fingers, One night he's driving home after months and months of working 16, 17 hours a day, and just bang, with your mom in the car, woke up the only survivor. Don't pull that on me now, yeah? It's not my fault there's an epidemic of horny gold-digging stepmoms in cyberspace, all right? You saved that one. Thank you. Well, that was the, gold-digging horny stepmoms in cyberspace was the title of one of these nature documentaries I was watching. Anyway, after 10 years of alcoholism, self-loathing, depression, your porn dad pulls himself together. Oh my God, starts another business. This time, hires the right hipsters. They got the right hat. Business is good, right? One night goes to the pub, this young woman starts chatting him up. Now your porn dad is still raw on the inside, but he just hasn't felt the touch of a woman in so long. They hit it off. Fast forward, last year they got married. Oh, your poor dad, he's doing well, eh? But you see, he has a fault. Throughout this whole time, the only thing that kept him going, your poor dad, was leaving a legacy for his family. For you. Yeah. So as always, your poor dad puts the business first. This is the point of the story, that you little shit, you show up. Apparently dropping out of college to focus on your YouTube channel, you move back in with your parents. And obviously because, surprise, surprise, your dad's out all day and you're doing sweet fuck all day, your stepmom notices you. It is at this moment in the story that you filthy fuck, you lowest of the low, you fuck your stepmom in the ass. After all your poor dad has done for you, this is your gratitude. And they never show you the final scene in this story, do they? Just a dark living room with your dad hanging from the ceiling fan. They don't show you that, but I think about it. And I come so hard. The last thing I would want to do is to make you feel uncomfortable. His name was Bill. Remember his name. Right, moving on from, we got to very respectfully pivot from one person you shouldn't have sex with to another person who you shouldn't have sex with now. The Queen died last year. It gets worse. Now, I'm not going to make any jokes about the fact that she died, okay? That was someone's grandmother. Fair enough. R.I.P. But as an immigrant, it was wild to see how traditional 21st century Britain really is. Because the French were looking at us like, oh, your queen died of natural causes. That's adorable. Can't get it though at school, Britain. Again, someone's grand, R.I.P. The media was a bit much. Can we say that? Like, she lived a life of service. She was everyone's grandmother. She was a saint. I love both of my grandmoms, and they are both gone. Grandmoms say some crazy shit. Like one time she sat down in front of me, talked at me for 45 minutes without toilet breaks. That's not a conversation, that's a podcast, okay? Apparently, I was tuning into episode 345 of That Bitch Next Door Really Needs to Mind Her Own Fucking Business. And again, I'm not trying to say the Queen was like secretly this evil woman, okay? Like, as far as British royalty goes, she was quite neat. Okay, let's look at the numbers. 0 public beheading of spouses. Not bad. I know someone who had 8, so 0 religious genocide on British soil, as far as I know, also great. 1 convenient car accident. That's some good numbers. And again, I looked this up. She was 39 years old when they were still doing blackface in theaters, right? 39. You mean to tell me she's never walked her corgis, saw a black guard, and just pulled them a little bit closer? That's never happened. Like, this is the royal family. They're still not sure about other white people. It's news when they don't marry a cousin. Come on. Are we gonna actually pretend her pronoun game was up to date? She, her, sure, I'll buy it. But like obviously Harry's book came out and that got me thinking, it must be really crazy being born into the royal family. Because like Buckingham Palace, that's your house. Like that's your gaff, You can't just invite a pal over to Buckingham Palace. There's no empty in Buckingham Palace, okay? Like, you go to brush your teeth in the morning, you pop your head out in the window, there's a crowd. Oh, my prince, the king in the north. For those fans of Game of Thrones in the house. You go to college, all your friends are snorting cocaine through your grandma's face. How do you not lose it in that environment? Now, it's around this time that I can hear the furious typing from the Britain 1st Brigade. And it always starts with, well, if you don't like it, why don't you pack your bags and go back to your own country? Which, first of all, why does it start with pack your bags? British people have an obsession with luggage. No wonder Ryanair is making a killing right now. Secondly, there's something very adorable about someone giving you a detailed set of instructions on how to fuck off. Why don't you pack your bags and take the subway to the city centre and walk to Buchanan bus station? There's 2 left and a right. Take the mega bus to London and fuck off. Thank you. I'm not sure if I earned that one, but I'm going to keep it. Now you're pushing it now. But I've got a reply to that, okay? This is my reply. My fellow Brit, got the citizenship and everything. You were just born here. I chose here. It gets worse. I had to take a test to be here. I had to spend £1,500 just so I can stay here. I took an oath. I had to listen to fucking Braveheart music while some guy, bless his soul, told me 50 different times how fucking welcome I was. While all you had to do, Geoffrey from Buckinghamshire, was wah! So frankly... Apologies to the front row and the camera. That was a bit much. Say it, don't spread. But, oh yeah. Oh, we're in the end game now, folks. I was going to tell the last story tonight, which is the first thing I ever did in this country as a Romanian immigrant. A bit ironic, but the first thing I ever did, honest to God, in the United Kingdom as a Romanian immigrant was steal something. I'm not proud of it, okay? It wasn't because I wanted to answer the call of my ancestors, okay? It was a crime of necessity, honest. And I was a bit worried about telling this story, but it's been 9 years. They've probably deleted the CCTV footage. And Suella Braverman can suck a bag of refugee dicks. Listen, the woman's name is one typo away from Cruella, and her passion seems to be rounding up stray humans. So I got questions, okay? And if you think that's too harsh, she can also choke on a clit. I don't care. That's something nobody tells you, by the way. You think you're about to be Johnny Fuckboy, get it done, head down there. Next thing you know, you can't feel your face. She's got you in a Bulgarian headlock. You popping up like that poor kid in the infomercial, like, this is what drowning looks like. Fellas, get some saxophone lessons, is all I'm saying. Like, it's a sexy instrument, and also does miracles for the breath control. And ladies, back me up. What goes around, comes around, yeah? Oh. Oh. Tell me that wasn't my family that said that, please. Some things I don't want to find out tonight. But back to the story, right? 25th of September 2013, I just got off a bus. That's the kind of immigrant I am. Yeah. There's 3 types of immigrants. People that come by bus, Well, people that come by plane, people that come by bus, and people that come under the bus, you know, or in a fridge or on a boat, Sylas pals. And before, or in another way of putting it is people that would rather leave, people that can still afford to leave barely. Hello, that's me. And then you got the people that can't afford to fucking stay, because shit is bad, right? But regardless of where you are on the spectrum, as far as the locals are concerned, who the fuck are you and what the fuck do you want? So that's a bit of a eye-opening experience. Back to the story. Nobody on this planet prepares you for a 33-hour bus ride. Nobody. Like, that is a sensory experience, okay? It smells. Like, you can't open the window on a 33-hour bus, right? One guy's having an egg sandwich, we are all having an egg sandwich, all right? And Romanians, we eat, all right? Onions, gherkins, smoked sausages. 2 rows back, there's a guy slicing homemade cheese like nobody's business. No alcohol on the bus. Let me tell you something. You know that you're at a top-tier Romanian house party if the host walks in with an unlabeled 2-liter plastic water bottle and just says, "My granddad made this." You can drive a car on that shit. I'm not making this up. This story's... Yes! Any other alcoholics, make some noise! Like, you can drive a car on that. There's stories of people loading up their car with booze and driving home. Like, the only time in history you can look a police officer in the eye and say, "No, officer, I have not been drinking, but my vehicle is fucked up." Anyway, around night 1, or maybe night 2 if you're lucky, you hear the fateful click of opening Tupperware. Someone's gran has decided to pack stuffed cabbages on the road. For those that don't know, stuffed cabbages are boiled sour cabbage, rice, spices, mince, and smoked meat. At a Christmas table, glorious. On a bus, fucking lethal, man. Your best bet is that they finish it by night 1. Because by night 2, you have become radicalized. I can tell you that much. You can't sleep. You can't feel your legs. You're wearing somebody else's farts as cologne. You are ready to firebomb a nursery. Like, I don't care. You put me back on that bus one more time. I swear to God, I will liberate Crimea. I'm not doing this. I'm so happy you laughed at that one. The thumbs up approval. We're still safe. But yeah, and then finally, you get off the bus, filled with glorious purpose and cabbage farts. And yeah, we get off at 3 a.m. London at a Morrison's parking lot, because apparently that's where the jobs are. I don't know. I've got my suitcase, which only weighs about 35 kilos because it had my entire fucking life in it. And, well, I say my suitcase, it was actually my aunt's suitcase. And when I say my aunt's suitcase, she was working for this rich family. They were going to throw it out. She remembered that she had a nephew who's going abroad. He might need a suitcase. And go on, I'll take it. Even if he doesn't take it, you never know when you need a suitcase with all 4 wheels falling off. So she took it. So, we're in the parking lot, and as God and 50 CCTV cameras are my witness, I tried, okay? This bitch was not cooperating. Right, we carry it, we go like 5 minutes that way to the nearest taxi rank. Nothing, a fox ran by, that was it. We come back. Turns out there's another taxi rank about 30 minutes that way. The words that left my lips were, "Help me, Jesus." But Jesus is not the chatting type. But the devil never sleeps, eh? So immediately I had an answer online too. One of the guys just said, why don't you take a trolley? Now, what you need to know about me is I was raised by Romanian Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Like, oh, yeah. I feel you, brother. Yeah, so basically, they went to gulags and shit. My witnesses think that your witnesses that stand outside for like 4 hours in the rain and knock at your door at 10 a.m. on a Saturday are pussies. They're a bit too progressive for my witnesses. So, and the other thing you need to know is, you can take the boy out of Jehovah, the boy's gonna need some therapy. So there I am after 33 hours facing a genuine ethical dilemma, the Morrison trolley problem for the ethicists in the room. Do I take any trolley available, or do I take the worst one I can find? And to appease my hyperactive conscience, I took the worst one. So picture this. 4 a.m., London. My qualifications are a high school diploma. My work experience is selling alcohol at a festival where I was probably underage, and a teacher got me the job, but that's a different story. I'm pushing a suitcase with no wheels on in a stolen trolley that does not go straight and keeps making the sound, surrounded by other Romanian guys. If there was ever a picture out of Nigel Farage's wank bank, man, you have the most unique contributions at the weirdest of times, but amazing. Basically, this is the face of Brexit, okay, is what I'm trying to say. But luckily, it all worked out in the end, all right? I've settled down, found my community, we got hobbies, you know, breaking and entering, robbing grannies, you know. Anyway, that's been my time. Thank you very much.